Hello everyone, good morning. We're doing a little day in the life today. It's a Monday, so it's kind of a normal homeschooling day for us, and we've got a few other things going on. Oh, you want to tell them the exciting news this morning?
Mummy told us she saw a hedgehog. We've got a pet hedgehog now.
I know. So I went out into the garden to collect some leaves for Sam's science, and I looked, and in the corner was this massive hedgehog, and it was going down this little gap underneath the summer house. And it was so cute. But we just had a garden gate put on a couple of weeks ago, so I wonder if it got in there and now can't get out. So we're going to try and make some little holes for it today, aren't we? So it can get out, because we need to make a hole where it can get out, but the rabbit can't.
I don't think we can have the fun. We're going out, so we're going to do. So we're also going to do putting games, then gymnastics.
Yeah, I know. I've got my church planning meeting this morning, and we've got gymnastics.
I've only got 2 things to do today.
What?
Gymnastics and putting games.
And then work.
No work.
I know. We're back to work. We've had 2 weeks off. Oh. Because we had half term, and then we just had last week off, because I wanted to have last week off, because it's my first week not childminding, so it was hard today, so we've got to get back in.
I've got a new bike.
You upgraded to Hope's old bike, didn't you, yesterday? And it's very exciting. So we've got that. We've been cycling in the garden, and it's only 8:05. There she is. Yeah. So we've got those today. I've got my Tesco order. I'm doing a click and collect today because I ordered it too late to get home delivery. And then Hope's going to babysit today, aren't you? So that I can go out this afternoon for a coffee on my own, because you know that is the joy of having older children. And then I've got a meeting here tonight, and then Hope's friends coming over tonight as well. So yeah, come and join us.
Where should I paint?
You can tell us what you're doing today.
I'm painting our big truck.
Good early morning painting job here. Beautiful. So Sam's just making a little house for some animals that keep appearing from nowhere. And tell us what you're doing.
Making an orphan house.
Making an orphan house. And how have you done it?
Cardboard.
Found some shoebox. I always keep a stack of shoeboxes. And we just got the hot glue got on to make some walls, haven't we? Some little dividing walls. The girls have just been out for a little bike ride around the block, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've got all this set up for this morning, although your crackers are crashing my lovely display.
Yeah, and she's got this awful one.
Got that awful one. I got that one because that's from our pumpkin that we're growing, but
what?
You can pick it up, sweeter. But it's all right. Don't worry, I haven't destroyed your pumpkin. It's just a leaf that's not doing so well. Me and you learn about leaves today. And then I'm just printing these. These are the papers for the English language, because there's an A and a B specification that you can do, and so I need to take those to the to the teacher on Thursday for her to have a look at, see which specification we want to do. I personally think B, but it's 1 3-hour paper, and the A is a 1.5-hour paper and coursework. And I didn't think you should do coursework, so I'm just going to read through this as the coursework guide and see what we want to see. Okay, so we're just in our topic today, and we've learnt about mummies, quite ancient Egyptian, and we're making mummified apples, aren't we? We got this from Twinkle. So you're putting 80 grams of salt. So then that says 1 2 1, so we need 80, so you need less. Oh, you can taste that. Hang on, let me take the top off. And then 40 grams, or close, aren't we, of baking soda. 30, 35, is that all that's in there? Oh, that's a bit more, that's okay. Good girl. Right, let's give that a little mix. Let me take it off the scales so we can break the scales. And these are called your natron, and they're yours. And then you're going to choose one of your apples to cover completely. I do this like the one that's smaller, only because it might not cover all of that, mightn't it? Which is your small one. That's it. Make sure it's laid down and cover it completely with the natron.
No, I think I should do this one.
Yeah, okay. As long as it's covered completely. Otherwise the experiment doesn't work.
How would it be covered completely?
Well, so it needs to be enough that can cover it completely. So I know it's going to be enough to completely cover that one, which is why I said that. Go. Lovely. Make sure it's completely covered. That's right. Perfect. That's it. Let's just keep putting it on top of it. And this is kind of thing they used for mummy. So it says we're going to leave it out for, does it say a week? Yeah, after a week. So we're going to leave it out for a week. And it said the one that's covered should be not mouldy, but should be dried up. But this one that's not covered should be mouldy and started to rot. Now, natron is a desiccant, and that means it draws out water of things and dries them up. And that's why when you have lots of salt, it makes you thirsty, because it dries you up. And so it is a very good preservative, because when things haven't got moisture or liquid in them, then it preserves them, and that's what they kind of thing they use on the mummies. Let's put these on the side and see what they do. Right, I've just made lunch for the kids. That's just hope she's upstairs doing some sewing, so she hasn't come down yet. So they can have half an hour, 45 minutes of TV. I am going to. I've made my lunch yesterday. It's like a pasta salad, but I'm going to take it with me because we've got gymnastics in 35 minutes. And so I'm just going to get that ready and take it with me so that I can then do a bit of housework. I need to tidy up this and also the table. It's a little bit of a state there, so I just need to tidy that up. So when I come back, we've got a fresh start. So after that, we had gymnastics, which I obviously can't film because there are other children there. And she did really well today. It was really lovely. She was really focused and determined today. And then I came back. I then paid hope to babysit, and I went for a coffee on my own, which was lovely. But only for a little while because I forgot one of the kids is coming around, their kids' friends is coming around to play. I just totally went out of my head. And so I tried to call mine and be like, let them in when they come. And I'll be like 10 minutes after them. But they didn't answer their phones because they're awful answering their phones. Anyway, so I had to come home and then be like, oh, hang on. Then I went and got my click and collect from Tesco. Come back, just dump on grocery haul, which you'll then see at some point, and put all that away. After we got back from gymnastics, I hadn't done the little ones, maths and English and Spanish, so we did that before I went out. And while I was out, Sam did his English. He did a book review because he does a book club once a week online, and he had to do a book review because they've just finished the book. I've read it just now, and it's not ideal. I said it actually 200 words, and he has he's used like the word so a lot. He's like, it's so great, so do you know what I mean, to try and boost his word count up. So we're gonna have a chat about that, but right now his friend's here, so I'm not gonna like disturb him, but we will have a chat about that probably tomorrow morning. And then he did his maths. So today he has done science, he's done topic, he's done maths, English, piano and Duolingo. A lot of that he can do on his own, so that's always helpful. And then Hope has done, so it's difficult with her at the moment because she's on the crossover bit. She's still got her last GCSE exam on Wednesday, her maths. So this week she's just doing that. Her next year's subjects, English and psychology, did start last Thursday. So she had the English lesson because that's in person. The psychology was online, and she's going to catch up on this week. But she said I was like, well, you can do it. Obviously, this first part of the week. She said no, she wants to catch up Wednesday afternoon with both of them, ready for Thursday morning. So she wants to get her maths exam done because she just wants to concentrate on maths this week. So she's done a mock paper this morning, which was about an hour and a half, and that's really all she's done today. I think there was a couple of bits she struggled with, so she'd look at those. And then tonight, when Josh comes home from work this evening, they'll go through that paper together. So that will take them about another hour and a half, make sure she's got it. And then apart from that, she is like rediscovered her sewing machine. She goes through these little phases, as we all do, don't we, of like doing things, doing like a particular hobby and then not doing it for a little while. And she's just rediscovered the sewing machine. So she has been making loads of little teddies and hiding them around the house for the other two, and it's really cute. And that's why they've made those boxes this morning for these teddies, and she keeps leaving notes with them saying that they're little orphan teddies and they need to be adopted and have a little home, and it's really cute. But Sam obviously understands that it's Hope, but I don't think the little one quite gets it. So it's really sweet. She's like, oh my goodness, I found another one. And when she's left one, she'll come down. Hope this is, and she'll go, I hear a rustling upstairs. And then they'll go and find one, and it's so cute. So she's massively into that. She's been doing lots of that, and she was really sweet. She took the little one on a little bike ride. She literally just found the block this morning because they've got their new bike. So she's been a very good girl. She's an angel. And when the other two are at forest school this week, I will take her out for a little date, just me and her, to a coffee shop, have a little. I love it, just like a little girly time. But she like needs that because she's very good at being with them and doing things that they like to do, and so she needs a bit of kind of time away and kind of grown up time. And she's got her friend coming around this evening, so that will be really nice. She went on this weekend away a few weeks ago, and she made like a new friend, and the mum's coming over for a meeting tonight with me, and so I was like, oh, bring your daughter and they can play. So that's really lovely. They can play. They're like 13, you know what I mean. So yes, so it's now what's really weird, right, is this week is the first week that I'm doing work, and I've finished childminding. So I'll be getting into a new routine of not being like so strict on the timings. So normally I'm quite strict, like we start at 8:30, we do all our work, then I have a morning meeting that I have to go to, then we do that, it's like very rigid. But today it wasn't, and like this is how I want it to be. Like they got up, the girls wanted to go on a bike ride at like 8:00, which then pushed back breakfast, which then pushed back starting work, and then they were making these lovely little box things, and like for Sam in particular, that's really good. It's about his creativity, but also like using his scissors, his fine motor skills, which he really struggles with his dyspraxia and autism, and it's really interesting. Like I loved that, and they were all really involved in other things. The little one did some painting, as you saw, and it was really lovely. And I'm like, I don't want to stop them doing that, but then, and I kind of didn't really have to, but now I'm there. But then by the time we were going after lunch, they still hadn't done all their work, and normally we would have done it in the morning. And so I was then like, oh my goodness, are we going to get it done? And we did. And you know what? I didn't need to go out for a cup of tea. I just like enjoy that, and I do kind of equally want to make time for that because I think that's quite important. But we did get it done anyway, and it's gonna take us a little while, isn't it, to get into a new routine of kind of what we do, and not having to do all our work in like one chunk and then that's it, but being able to spread it out throughout the day. I'll show you a little setup I have done for our topic that I'm just leaving out, and it's just got a few little activities that they can do whenever they want. This is the kind of thing that I couldn't do when I was childminding, obviously, because other children would come in and do it, and I don't always have enough resources for like 10 children to do it, but I do have for like 2. So I'll show you that in a minute, and it's just been really lovely. Like I feel like I've had more time this weekend as I've been preparing to think properly about what we're going to be doing, to get resources together, to properly plan it. So like and then normally what happens is I wake up at like 6 and then do paperwork for like an hour and a half, getting ready because that's the only time I can do it. But actually I have other times in the day now where I can do it. Likely like in the evening, or like kind of early evenings, like kind of from 4 o'clock onwards. The kids are allowed to watch TV then, so they're quite entertained, and so it means that I can do paperwork then, whereas ordinarily that's when I would be working, so I couldn't do it. Annoyingly, still like almost all of our evenings are taken, or putting the little one to bed does take a really long time still, like an hour easily each night, if not longer, and so that's really eats into the rest of the day. But it does mean that I've got that kind of pre-evening bit of time where I can now do stuff. So I don't need to do all this morning. So what I was then doing this morning, instead of like rushing to all this paperwork, I was preparing more for what we were doing today. So I got all my resources ready to go to teach them all the different lessons today. got everything sorted, whereas often I'm like, all right, we're going to do science, give me 5 minutes to prepare, I'm going to get everything, and then it's a bit of a rush, or I'm suddenly like, oh my goodness, I forgot to cut these things out, hang on a minute, you know. And so that was really nice. I was able to get it in my head. Sam's doing this science that's on Twinkle, and so like although I'm looking at it, I haven't prepared it, and sometimes it's harder to teach things when you're just kind of reading it off a slide and you don't really know what you're talking about. So I was able to properly look through it, see what I was talking about, because actually it was very simple. It's about classifying different types of trees and leaves and flowers and trees. But like, for example, that this morning brought up a discussion about when you're pollinating, when like insects are pollinating things, you have to have like a male and female, don't you, to make it? And could you have like a male cornflower plant with a female rose and they pollinate like each other, or would it make a rose cornflower baby? But I don't think that's how it works. But I'm sure I've looked at this before, but I can't quite remember it. So that led us on to the discussion of, let's do that. And I said, right, at the end of this lesson, let's look up some videos, which we didn't do because then we had to do other things. But I can now go back, and what I've been doing is I've got a YouTube playlist, and I've got one that's called Educational, and I'll put it on there, and then I'll be like, you can watch this back, and then when they're watching TV this evening, they can probably watch that back, which is really lovely. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do dinner and get ready. I've just been doing dinner and tidying up, and here it is. We've got like kebabs and chips tonight, and then yeah, tidy up after dinner, and then I've got this meeting tonight, and then that is it.